Hi, this is Mary Lou from Mercer County Library's Lawrence Branch, and today we're going to be starting seeds in eggshells. Spring is a good time to start a garden that you might be able to enjoy throughout the whole summer and fall. Starting your seeds in eggshells will give them a chance to get stronger before they're being transplanted into a larger pot or into your garden. Okay, you're going to need the following supplies. Now, most of the materials can be found at home. You're going to need an egg carton, some potting soil or potting mix, water, paper towels, scissors, a toothpick, a spoon, a plate, a plastic sandwich bag, a permanent marker, a table covering. I used an old plastic tablecloth, but you could use newspapers or anything else. Beans or any type of seeds. I'm going to be using beans, but you can use any type of seeds that you want. And also some empty washed eggshells, and you'll need enough for the number of spaces in your egg carton. To start, use scissors to separate the top and bottom of the egg carton. The lid will become a tray. Flip over the egg carton bottom and use the toothpick to poke holes in each section. These holes will allow the water to drain. When you finish poking the holes, flip the egg carton back over and place it on its tray. Then place an eggshell in each section. Use the toothpick again to poke holes in the bottom of each eggshell. Lift the egg carton off the tray as you do this so that you don't poke holes in the tray itself. The holes that you poked in the eggshells and in the bottom of each egg carton section will allow the extra water to drain out. The tray itself will be used to catch that water, so that's why you don't want to poke holes in the tray. Use a spoon to fill each eggshell with soil. Gently press down on the soil and then water the soil lightly. If your soil looks too wet, you can use a paper towel to sop up some of the extra water. Lift the egg carton to check the tray for water. This will show that the holes you poked are working and allow the extra water to drain out. This will keep your seeds from rotting due to too much moisture. Now the next thing you're going to do is to dump some of your beans out or seeds, whatever seeds you are using. Dump them out on the table and you're going to observe them. Now what you want to do is to sort the beans to remove what we would call the bad beans. In other words, the black or broken or dried out, whatever looks like they might have wrong with them, we don't want them. You want to find the biggest and the best beans that are in your group. These are going to be your good beans, and that's what we're going to keep. You can use a sandwich bag to hold your good beans and then just discard the bad beans. The better the beans or seeds, the better the chance that they are going to sprout or germinate. Fold 2 squares of paper towels and place them on the plate. Moisten the 2 paper towels with water. Remove the top paper towel and place some of your good beans on that bottom paper towel. You will need a few more beans than are needed for your eggshells, and we will use those extras a little bit later after we plant. Cover those beans with the top paper towel. Your beans are now going to need to spend a day between the 2 damp paper towels. After a day, remove the top paper towel and observe your beans. They should look plumper and the outer skin or seed coat may look wrinkled. The plumper beans have started to absorb some of the moisture from the paper towels. This should help them when they get started once they are planted. Use your finger or a pencil to make a small depression in the soil of each eggshell. Place a seed in each depression and then lightly cover each with soil. Because we added water to the soil earlier, it will not be necessary to water again until the soil appears dry. Be sure to check each day, especially once your seeds begin to grow. There should still be a few of the plump, good beans left over. Use a toothpick to carefully remove the outside wrinkled coating or seed coat from one of these leftover plump beans. Look at the remaining bean carefully and notice that it has a line going around it, dividing it into two. A bean is a dicot, which means it has two parts. Some seeds are monocots, which means they will only have one part. Di is a prefix that means two. Mono is a prefix that means one. Use your toothpick to gently separate the two parts. If you're very careful, the two pieces may stay hinged together at the top. Observe the open bean. Look for a tiny baby plant at the top near the hinge. This is the baby plant or embryo. The tiny plant may already have its first tiny leaf or epicotyl and a baby root called a radicle. The two large parts of the bean, or cotyledons, have the stored food that the baby plant will need to grow. These will look like leaves when the seed first sprouts, but they're not really true leaves, and they will drop off after the plant uses up the stored food. Keeping a journal is a great way to record what you have done and to track the progress of your seeds growing into plants. Be patient. It may take 1 to 2 weeks for your seeds to sprout. You can write about what you observe and draw illustrations in your journal. When the seeds germinate or sprout, you can start to record their growth by taking measurements and then recording and comparing the changes day to day. Once your plants look strong and healthy, they will be ready to transplant into a larger pot or into your garden outside. You can plant the whole eggshell with its soil and plant directly into its new location. The eggshell will break down and as it decomposes will provide nutrients for the young plant. If you planted beans, they will grow very quickly once transplanted, and they may need something to support them, so be ready for that. Planting seeds can be fun and will prove rewarding through the coming months. So have fun gardening and stay well.